So here we have Philip Quicksilver Bowes versus Paul Appleby, and I think this will be the fight of the night, Josh. I'm looking forward to this.
This has been my pick of fight of the night with Appleby, a great Scottish fighter against Philip Bowes, who's 6-0 and just only started in the pro ranks.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a crossroads fight, really, isn't it? The way you look at it. I mean, Paul Appleby, it feels like he's been around forever, but he's only still 26 years old. But he's obviously been in a few wars himself. He had that war with Liam Smith. He lost to John Simpson about sort of a year and a half ago, and he's took some time out. And it's interesting to see, because I know the feeling for some people within the ranks think that Appleby's best days might be behind him, and
then again, he's only 26.
And he's only 26, so you know, at the same time, Bowes hasn't really been tested, but he started well so far. The southpaw starts causing a few problems for Appleby, and Bowes has certainly been the more aggressive fighter so far.
I think Bowes just started off really well. He's boxing really well. He's getting his shot spinning off, and he's holding Appleby when he gets close.
And that's what Bowes is known for, isn't it? His slick style. He's an awkward southpaw. He's got good movement, and he likes to throw shots from all angles. But he is open to a shot, and he does leave his chin hanging out sometimes when he's on the attack. So maybe Appleby can take advantage of that. And obviously Appleby has got power. Obviously he had Walsh down in that up and down affair we talked about earlier. And it's a testing fight for Bowes, because he's not really had a test yet.
The shot of Appleby there, right hand over the top.
Bowes hasn't really been tested yet. Probably his biggest test, although his last 3 has been against guys with winning records, is probably that Stanislav Nenkov, who we've already seen tonight, who was probably Bowes' biggest win, but still the quality of Nenkov wasn't the greatest, as we've seen earlier on this evening. But Bowes working around the outside, looking for space. And I think that's how the fight's going to be. I think Appleby's going to look to close the distance. And I think Bowes is going to look to find the distance behind him, so he's got room to move into, using that awkward southpaw stance. But Appleby getting through.
Oh, I love his shot.
Right uppercut from Bowes, missing, but the left hand getting through.
You've got to admire for Bowes taking on such an experienced fighter in only his 7th fight.
Absolutely. Like I said, when I see this one, Josh, on the thing, I did worry about it. I did think it was an interesting fight. So yeah, fair play for him for taking this, because Appleby's record is good. He's won 19, 11 of them by KO. He's lost 3, but 3 of them have been KO'd. So Paul Appleby is a very, I hate using the terminology, but kill or be killed type of fighter. And Appleby in his face there, but I think Bowes edged that round.
I agree.
So round 2 of a scheduled 6 in the light welterweight division. We've got Phil Quicksilver Bowes in the black and gold shorts, and he started this round very nicely, throwing the left hand, catching Appleby. And we've got Scottish Paul Appleby in the mainly black and gold shorts. I scored that first round to Bowes, I think, just through clean work and work rate. But Appleby was very animated. Oh, a lovely left hook there. Appleby was very animated at the end of the first round, getting up in Bowes' face there.
I think he was just trying to get Bowes to try and stand and fight with him, because he's struggling to cut the ring off to Bowes.
People may or may not know that Paul Appleby is the youngest ever British featherweight champion, just 20 when he won the featherweight championship, and he's actually Scottish. He's Scotland's youngest ever boxing champion. So, you know, he's very experienced. He's Appleby, gets caught with a straight left hand there, but comes back with a left hook of his own. And it's turned into a bit of a ding-dong fight there, and a right uppercut there. Lands on the chin of Bowes. And it's kind of, this round's turned into the kind of scrap that Appleby wants. He's got some supporters here, Appleby, as well.
Yes.
You know, coming from South Queens Ferry in Scotland, and that's where he resides now. His birthplace was Edinburgh, and he's got a few fans in here, but Bowes getting through with a left uppercut there. And as we predicted, it's turned into a good little scrap. Referee Kieran McCann just having a bit of a word there. Appleby trying to pop that jab, but a left hand from BOWES just seemed to momentarily stun Appleby. He's a tough cookie, Appleby, though, isn't he? He's a tough, tough man.
He has been stopped 3 times in his 4 defeats, but it's not down to him being chinny or anything. It's just he's been in with big punches, been unlucky.
So he's also won 11 of the 19 wins by knockout as well. So it's a lovely left uppercut, and BOWES this round seems to have the measure of the left hand a bit better, and Appleby's got to be careful just marching after him. Oh, another left hand again. I'm quite impressed with BOWES so far, the 2 rounds.
Really well.
He's starting to measure him with that left hand. He's starting to find him with that left hand regularly. He seems open to that, Appleby. Obviously, after he lost to John Simpson, Appleby did take some time out. He did come back. He's coming off a win against Lee Connolly back in September of this year, winning 59-56 over 6 rounds.
Some thought it was closer than that, but...
Yeah, some thought it was closer than that. And a good left hand at the end there, and I think another round for BOWES. So round 3 of a scheduled 6. We've got Philip BOWES in the black and gold shorts.
Oh, lovely one to there.
To the right of your screen, 2 rounds ahead. And Appleby's trying to turn it into a bit of a war. I think BOWES' movement and straight left hand has caused a bit of a problem for Appleby. Good left hand from BOWES. Good right hook from there from BOWES as well. Appleby looking for the body.
BOWES is boxing a masterclass right now.
Yeah, he's moving well, and he's finding Appleby with that left hand, and when Appleby's getting close, BOWES is doing enough to smother his work, and that was a wild right hook there from BOWES that whistled over the top of Appleby, and you can hear Appleby complaining to the referee there. Seems like Appleby's getting a bit frustrated, Josh.
Yeah, he's struggling to cut the ring down. BOWES moving very well.
Left hook there, blocked by Appleby.
Oh, lovely
left
hand.
Get through that left hand again, and I'm surprised Appleby hasn't led with the right hand a bit more, Josh.
Somebody with experience.
Yeah, I would have thought he'd looked at that straight right hand, because BOWES is catching him with the left hand. So, you know, the South Orthodox fighter, I would have expected Appleby to throw the straight right down the middle a little bit more, but Appleby's looking the more tired of the 2 fighters in the 3rd round so far.
Oh, he looks in great shape. He looks like he's trained hard for this fight. Appleby's a true warrior. He's not giving up.
That's the thing with Appleby. He'll keep going until, you know, he either gets knocked out or the referees calls a stoppage. But the feet coming together there, the orthodox southpaw feet tangling.
Appleby's doing a bit better this round. He's cut the ring off and he's getting closer to BOWES, but he's just not doing enough still, in my opinion.
No, the classier work has certainly been with BOWES, isn't it? He looks more in control. He looks the calmer. And he's boxing well. I'm impressed. Like I say, I was a bit nervous for him when I see the match up. I thought Appleby might have too much experience and be too tough. Lovely right to the body there, digging behind the left elbow of Appleby in the same shot again. Yeah, I worried that Appleby might have a bit too much for BOWES, but fair play to him. He's boxed really nicely so far. You see Appleby just dabbing his eye a second ago. I don't know if he's got... Oh, a nice right to the body there. Seems to dip BOWES, but BOWES retaliates. Another BOWES round, I'd say, but just about.
I think Appleby's starting to come on a bit now, though.
So round 4 of a scheduled 6 in the light welterweight division. Philip BOWES to the right of your screen versus Paul Appleby to the left of your screen, and Appleby's back against the rope and a lovely right hook there. And BOWES has come out and really put it on Appleby. took that shot well, Josh. Cracking right hook from BOWES.
The hand is right on the button.
Rocked him to his boots, but Appleby's still in there. What a tough man he is. A right uppercut from BOWES, sorry, a left uppercut from BOWES there. BOWES has got good movement, isn't he? You know, he ducks underneath, he's moved very well. He's moving to his left, which is interesting because I thought he'd be moving onto the right hand of Appleby, but seems to be working for him.
His big left uppercut.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking for that left uppercut. So it's he's the one that's been having the greatest success, and the referee just having a little word with him here. As you said, away to our left, Josh, we've got some Appleby fans singing there. They're still supporting their man, even though we've got him 3 rounds down. And I've got BOWES winning this round so far as well, from that first round where he rocked Appleby.
I want to see BOWES try and push him back, because when he pushed him back there, he had great success. So maybe he tried that again.
Absolutely, as he did the start of this round, when he came forward and pushed Appleby back, you know, that's when he caught him with that lovely shot, and he's getting through that left hand. Appleby's just not having the success in close, is he? BOWES' movement is doing very well.
I also think BOWES is a lot stronger than Appleby as well. So
at distance, BOWES is winning the exchanges, and up close, BOWES has got enough to keep messing. The heads come together there. Appleby having a moan to the referee. Good movement from BOWES there. Appleby missing wildly with 3 right hands there. And even Appleby acknowledged there that that was good movement from BOWES.
A little grin on his face for that. I think BOWES' work rate's dropped a little bit this round.
BOWES' movement's good. He dips down to his left, BOWES. He dips very, very low, and it's hard for Appleby. I'd like to see Appleby just throw a few more shots to the chest area of BOWES. BOWES got good movement, and he's got good head movement, but the chest very rarely moves very much, Josh. So I'd like to see Appleby just throw his shots to the chest area of BOWES, and you might find he have a bit more success. Not long left of this round, the 4th round, and I've got BOWES winning this one as well.
I don't know, I think Appleby might just be going on top of it here. BOWES had the early success, but after I think it's been all Appleby.
A few more seconds to go, and nice right hands, and one after that. So you score that one to Appleby, Josh. I've got it to BOWES. I thought he did enough that round, so Josh has got it 3-1. I've got it 4 for BOWES. Round 5 now, the penultimate round of this scheduled 6 rounds, and it started furiously again with BOWES landing a right and left, and Appleby trying to be a bit more aggressive on the inside. I've got it 4 rounds to 0 to BOWES. Josh, you've got it 3-1 to BOWES. It's been a good little fight, this.
It has been a good fight. High quality as well from 2 really well schooled boxers.
Yeah, they've come to have a fight, and it's been enjoyable. And the packed York Hall that's here now is getting a good show, getting a good contest.
You'd like to see Appleby lead off with the right hand a bit more maybe, then dip down to the body, but he just seems to be struggling to have anything clean on BOWES.
Absolutely, Josh. It just seems to be, as you said, struggling with BOWES' movement and the left hands, and he's clearly frustrated in there, Appleby. Kieran McCann calling time. Wants to have a word with both boxers, I think, as this round of the last couple of rounds just got a little bit scrappy. Nice to see both fighters embrace each other now. Just 2 guys earning a wage here, Josh, isn't it? Two good pros earning a wage. It's a pity Appleby doesn't show that much enthusiasm during the round. Untidy, messy work again on the inside. Again, this has been a bit of a clash of styles, but it's been a good fight at the same time, and a couple of clubbing right hands from Appleby then. I thought a couple of them was on the back of the head, Josh, but the referee didn't say anything.
Appleby's got loud support.
I was going to say, you know, looking from around us and judging from the people that are singing, it seems that Appleby's got the more support here than BOWES. BOWES from Leytonstone, so you know he's not too far from here. I'm sure he has got some fans in here, but I think we're sat closer to the Appleby fans, Josh.
I think you may be right.
Good little scrap this so far. I've just had a tweet come in, Josh, from John Cole, the trainer of Martin Hillman, saying what a good scrap this is. So he's obviously watching it and enjoying what we're enjoying. Good onslaught from Appleby here, pushing BOWES against the rope. And Appleby's been more aggressive this round, Josh.
I just don't think BOWES is doing enough.
Sorry?
I don't think BOWES is throwing enough at the moment.
No, it looks like BOWES took this round off, certainly. Maybe just getting a bit of a breather. I think this has definitely been Appleby's round so far. There's about 15 seconds left of the round. At the end of the round, I scored out an Appleby round. I've got it 4-1 now. How about you, Josh?
Good one. I'll give that round to Appleby.
So you've got it 3-2. So here we go, sixth and last round in the light welterweight contest. Phil Picksilver BOWES versus Paul Appleby. A great little fight this has been. I've scored it 4-1. I've got BOWES winning the first 4 and Appleby taking the 5th. Josh has scored it the first 3 rounds to BOWES and rounds 4 and 5 to Appleby. Set up nicely for the final round.
Oh, lovely shot of BOWES there.
BOWES getting through with a lovely straight left hand. And Appleby, just over a year and a half ago, beat Stephen Ormond, who's the current WBO European lightweight champion, who's fighting Derry Matthews tonight. So he's had some good wins on his record.
He's had some great wins on his record. He's no mug, Appleby.
The question I ask you though, Josh, Appleby loses this fight, where does he go from here?
Don't know, if he loses tonight, he's got a long rebuilding process, or he could take maybe the journeyman route from now on. It's up to him, but it's a personal decision, isn't it?
I mean, he's 26 years old, so he's got time on his side in regards to he's young enough, but he has been involved in some wars, so you don't know how much that's taken out of him. It would be difficult for him if he doesn't win tonight, where he does go. You know, being a former British featherweight champion. And so yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. And a good flurry of punches there from Appleby, and he's a nice little right to the body, and that seems to stiffen the legs of BOWES there. Right in the solar plexus, that right hand was, but BOWES answers back and leans right the way down. Appleby's charged across the ropes. He's really trying to put it on BOWES now in the final round. Just over half the round, just under half a round left. How are you scoring it so far? Which way are you swinging, Josh?
I think this is a very tight round, but it's an even round for me so far.
Good onslaught from Appleby. He seems to be pressurising. BOWES' work rate over the last 2 rounds has considerably dropped. Josh, I don't know whether he's feeling the pace or his work rate doesn't seem to be connecting with that left hand that he's had so much success with in the first 3 rounds. Just as I said that, he lands a left hand. Under a minute to go now. It's every way. I've got Appleby just edging this round. And getting through the left hook there. Great little fight.
BOWES doesn't look like he's breathing hard. I hope he's not leaving some in the tank.
Well, I hope he's emptied the tank, because this is the last round. I don't like to see a fighter, you know, having stuff in the tank. If it's a 6-round fight, you should empty the tank over 6 rounds. If it's 10 rounds, you should empty the tank over 10 rounds. It's no good having loads left in the dressing room, and Appleby's coming on now. And Appleby's looking the stronger in here now. Bowes comes back with a nice 1-2, and what a fight to finish with, good exchanges.
Great
End of
fight.
the round. I've got Appleby winning that round. I've got Bowes winning 4 rounds to 2. How do you score it, Josh?
I scored that last round a draw.
So you scored the last round of draw, so you've got Bowes winning by a round. So 58-57, Phil Bowes getting the win. That's pretty much how I had it. Very close fight. Appleby's obviously distraught, but what a great fight. Phil Bowes gets the win, 58-57.